He's moving around and boom, that kick lands, and it lands hard. We want to talk today about what we should be doing to avoid this, because there are some mistakes here that are very common. I want us to understand how to block, how to trap a high kick, and how to move forward while still protecting your head. In addition, we're going to talk about that no skip high kick and how to set it up yourself. Defense, defense, defense. You're gonna hear me talk about that so much if you are subscribed to the channel and you're watching these videos frequently. And it is so important, but grossly undertrained in gyms, because let's be frank, it's a lot more boring than offense. But you can see what happens in this clip when somebody is not being defensive as they're trying to do something else. Most people cannot be simultaneously doing their footwork, being offensive, and doing defense, and that's where they fall short. Guys, if you're wanting to up your defense beyond the scope which this video provides, right now my defense course plus my offense course is on a massive sale. You get both of them for just $99. There's something like 50 videos included in both. There's some live calls that recorded that you can watch now, and they're just fantastic. I get so much good feedback. So jump on that. The sale ends in the next couple days. Somebody launches that kick in and they kind of caught you unaware, right? You're thinking, oh, maybe it was a front kick. You kind of misread it. You get caught in maybe this kind of position, just like the dude who gets dropped. That's exactly what happens. I think he sees the leg lift up and he kind of brings his lead leg across. And this is a good way to deal with a front kick if you're panicked and you can't catch or you can't scoop. You're just kind of like, oh, and then you decide to go on the offense. But he makes a couple mistakes. First, I want to talk about when somebody does throw the high kick. What are the best ways to deal with that? What defensive moves should you have down? 3 come to mind for me. Number 1, somebody throws the high kick. You see it coming. You have loads of time to react. Your brain is already engaged. You just fade back. Do your fade back. Shift your shoulders slightly. Push the hips forward. Drop some weight over the back knee. Keep the other hand really high. And this shoulder here can protect the jaw from the opposite side. That's the first option. Number 2, you do a nice cross block. You see it coming. You know it's going to have power. You don't want to absorb it on one hand. So you come over and you put about 70% of the power, the block power, through this crossing arm. Great way to set up, because now you have a step and a counter which you can use to really smack them after. Number 3, you keep this hand posted here and you trap from the outside. That's a great one as well, because then you can lean back, drag the leg through, and follow up with a throw. All of those are what you should be striving to achieve when a high kick comes your way. But as I was saying, in the instance of this fellow who got knocked down, I think he misreads it. He gets up to here and then he decides, oh, I'm gonna come forward with some sort of big punch. The primary mistake which he makes is not having this hand locked to the head. It comes outwards as he starts to throw his punch. When a shot goes out, or our arm goes out, what happens is we leave space for something, even if it maintains level, even if it comes to here, a shot can come over and down. Whereas when the hand is here, there's not much likelihood of something coming up and right on top of the head. Maybe an axe kick, but a round kick is not gonna come this direction. But a round kick can absolutely come high over top the hand and then start to drop. We want to make sure that when we go on the attack, boom, this hand is staying locked right to the head. Now, additionally, we see that his head kind of moves into the kick. And that's a mistake that many people make, whether they're blocking on one arm or 2 arms. I'll see them kind of do something like this, even if it's me up here, kind of dropping the head downwards. We want our head posted up high. Super, super high when we're initiating the block, because throwing our head into the shot is going to increase the power of that potential kick when it lands. 2 forces coming towards each other equals more than just 1 force. Plus, once I'm in this position, I'm slightly off balance anyway. The only thing that we want to be doing when we're thinking about absorbing impact of a high kick is going, bending my knees, so that when the shot does hit me, I have a little bit more weight downwards and I'm not going to get shifted. That's the main goal. I don't want to get shifted, but I definitely don't want to be moving down into it. Now, people ask me all the time, what are like 1 or 2 things that I can do to get a really good high guard? One that's not going to leave me compromised like this gentleman in the video. You always, when you punch, bring a hand above your eyebrow, just above the eyebrow. So if I'm throwing my shot on pads and my hands even start here, I like to keep them a little lower from the outside, it comes up as I throw. In this case, for the guy, he should have gone with that hook once he's here and connected right to that point. Then at least you can take the shot and follow up with something else. But what I would have liked to see him do in that instance is once he's here, he's trying to step to the outside after, all right? If he hadn't have got kicked in the head, what could have happened is he comes up here, he goes, okay, whether he's trying to cross block with his shin, like do a cross check, or whether he, like I said at the beginning, he thought it was a front kick. He's here, he starts on his attack, his hands up, and he steps out when he gets knocked over to catch himself and then follow up. But bear in mind, this is a hard situation to be in when you post yourself up, and I'm not a big fan of trying to do these cross block things. I know a lot of gyms teach them, right? We do our checks, but the cross check, I feel like from here, it's very easy for you to get hit and have to go off balance. In addition, when you check, you can put your foot down and kick off that same leg. But once you've checked here, what are you gonna do? Your weight's getting knocked this direction. You have to come here, reset your other foot. Doesn't make much sense to me. So if that guy was going for his cross check, I would avoid trying to do that. Now, the last thing I want to focus on for this video is the offense, the lovely kick which we saw thrown, because a couple things were done very nice. Now, if you can do a no footwork high kick, that is great. This guy instead does a couple little shuffles forward. And as he's doing his little shuffles forward, he's jabbing. You take the back leg just a little tighter in, because it is easier to do a no switch high kick when this back leg is a little tighter. From here, easy. From back here, you can see how I miss, and the weight is a little harder to balance. So he uses a couple jabs, taking those steps, gets right to here in a nice narrow stance. Now from here, he tips his head back, which number one, gives him lots of range, but also keeps him completely safe from any counter shots, which might even hit him. And then he rotates that body, boom. So his head is almost facing sideways. And that's a great way to maximize on the potential power, which you can gain. Again, he takes those little steps, 1, 2, boom. Leaning back, sideways, and fantastic shot. Unfortunately for him, the guy leaned into the shot, and I hate when I kick somebody in the head and they drop and I had no intention of hurting them, and that's what happened here. He was not trying to hurt his sparring partner. It just happened to land. I've done this once or twice myself, felt terrible about it, but when you do throw up high kicks, that is the risk, right? Somebody might throw their head into it and boom, they get dropped. But I do like the way he right away came over, checked on his sparring partner, not one of those guys who is like, bam, knocks the person down, just kind of walks away. It's like, yeah, no. If you knock somebody down right away, get over there and check on them. Good sportsmanship shows you care. That's it, everybody. Thank you for joining. As always, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.